It's disgusting what's going on with her. You guys need to put a stop to this because it is going to. She was out there hacking again versus Phoenix today. And not only was she out there hacking and doing all of that stuff, let's look at her trying to interrupt the Phoenix Mercury's huddle and start a fight with Satou Sabally and Mercury players. Let's look at this nonsense. You guys need to put a stop to this. Y'all need to put a stop.
DJ Carrington didn't just start a fight. She might have just set the WNBA back 10 years. It wasn't a heated play or a hard foul. No, this was something else entirely. A post-game ambush, a full-on melee that left Satou Sabally stunned, fans outraged, and the league looking more like an amateur fight club than a professional sports organization. And while fists were metaphorically and literally flying, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert was nowhere to be found. At least, not anywhere that mattered. This isn't just another sports controversy. It's a slow-motion car crash threatening to derail the league's fragile momentum, and nobody at the top seems willing to hit the brakes. It wasn't until the final buzzer sounded that DJ Carrington made her move. While players usually line up for handshakes, Carrington turned the end of the game into her own personal Mortal Kombat episode. Sabally, still tying her shoes, was blindsided. No warning, no build-up, just a full-on assault in front of fans and cameras.
There's some serious drama going down here after this ball game ended. Well, I'm surprised security.
Now you see her go approach her? You see her go approach her? You see her go approach her from behind? And that look, her teammates are having to pull her back and all of that. Bruh, you lost. Y'all got smacked. Y'all have won one game.
What followed was chaos. Hair was pulled, elbows were thrown, and at one point it genuinely looked like Carrington was auditioning for a UFC card.
Are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing this season? What happened to you in the off season? Who hurt you, Dijonai? Ever since the season tipped off, you have been a one-person wrecking ball, wrecking havoc on the floor, wrecking havoc after the game, approaching officials, eye-raking Jessica Shepard. Another week, another day of dirtbag Dijonai Carrington. A game where Paige Beckers had her best game as a pro. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to approach Satou Sabally. As the Phoenix Mercury are over here huddling, Satou Sabally gets into it with one of the Wings teammates. They're over here. Yeah, you see? Yeah, Satou Sabally jawing at Dijonai, and that's Dijonai.
And the reaction? Silence. Cathy Engelbert didn't appear with a press conference. The league didn't release a statement demanding accountability. Instead, it felt like everyone in charge had simply vanished, as if sipping tea in a mindfulness retreat while the league was setting itself on fire. This wasn't just bad sportsmanship, it was theatrical violence, and no one seemed willing to call it what it really was: dangerous. But Carrington isn't reckless, she's calculated. She doesn't lash out at stars like Aja Wilson or Brittany Griner. She doesn't target players with size, strength, or veteran experience. No, she picks rookies, softer targets, women she knows won't retaliate. It's not chaos, it's strategy. A twisted one, sure, but a strategy nonetheless. She's the schoolyard bully who only slaps lunch trays when the teacher's not watching and the victim won't swing back. It's classic cowardice masked as toughness, and the worst part, it's working. Every time the league lets it slide, Carrington gets bolder. She's out here turning handshake lines into sparring rings, all while hiding behind the thin shield of passion. But there's nothing passionate about calculated intimidation. That's not heat of the moment, it's premeditated aggression.
The WNBA needs to step in and solve this nonsense, man. Y'all are allowing this girl to run around like a menace. And like I said, Satou, we all know Satou kind of soft. It is what it is. Like Satou ain't with all that. She know who to pick and choose to play these games with. She wouldn't have, you see Alyssa Thomas was stopping it. She wouldn't have did what that wolfing she was doing with Satou.
Dijonai Carrington. Satou Sabally, again, she's 6'4", large wingspan. She's bigger and stronger and taller than Dijonai Carrington. She was tossing Dijonai Carrington around like a damn rag doll.
So where is Cathy Engelbert? While the players spiral, she seems to be missing in action. Fans don't want a PR statement about high standards and sportsmanship. They want a leader. But what they're getting is a commissioner with the authority of a substitute teacher in a classroom full of feral 6th graders. Carrington is out here body slamming opponents and pulling ponytails, and the league's only response is a carefully worded tweet.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a conversation that could also be important for the next CBA. You know, Cathy added a lot of games, and us as players, recovery is so important. We put our bodies on the line every single time. We had 9 games in 18 days. It's not really responsible for a commissioner. I think other teams have like 3 back-to-back, so it's just a lot of things that we could clean up in terms of scheduling, but we've persevered and we show that we can do it. It's just something that obviously along the way over the course of a long season, that's really hard to do.
If this is leadership, then the Titanic had a better plan after hitting the iceberg. Cathy's treating this like an HR issue when it's clearly a full-on disciplinary emergency. You don't need a meditation app, you need a riot squad in stripes and a zero-tolerance policy for violence.
She would never do that with Alyssa Thomas, who was there. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that at all. At all. At all. Y'all got popped by 13 points. You guys are 1-10.
What's even more baffling is the silence from the veterans. Skylar Diggins-Smith, known for her swagger, her clapbacks, and her no-nonsense court presence, watched it all unfold like she was buffering. No side-eye, no pushback, not even a sarcastic slow clap. For a player who practically trademarked attitude, Skylar looked like she was in airplane mode the entire time. The same Skylar who's always ready with a flex or a smirk turned ghost when it mattered most.
Self in drama yet again in another basketball game, and this time it's with a top-notch player, man. Her and Satou Sabally had a powerful exchange after this game, and you already know Phoenix put the beast on Dallas. Dallas, one of the worst teams in the league. This should come as no surprise, bro. But one thing I can tell you is Dijonai Carrington behavior is starting to look a little spooky, bro. At this point, bro, something has to be done.
And this isn't just about her. Across the league, players who should be stepping up are staying quiet. The silence isn't just disappointing, it's dangerous. Because every time a Carrington moment happens and no one reacts, it becomes easier for it to happen again. The WNBA was once known for skill, teamwork, and a growing movement of women's sports visibility. Now, it's turning into a blooper reel of body slams and bench clearing brawls.
How did security let that go on for so long? How does WNBA security not usher them off of the floor? How are y'all allowing them to stay on the floor that long when you see it's becoming hostile? Especially with her reputation. Y'all supposed to get them off the floor. Get them off the floor. You don't see the other team. When Minnesota plays at home, right?
Dijonai Carrington situation, bro. A whole damn situation, bro.
What used to be competitive energy is devolving into sabotage. Players aren't just trying to win games, they're trying to win drama, as if trending on social media is more valuable than an MVP title. It's no longer about playbooks and coaching, it's about chaos as a brand. And when aggression becomes the main event, the basketball gets lost. Fans start tuning in for the fights, not the fundamentals, and when that happens, the league loses everything it's worked so hard to build. And at the center of this ticking time bomb is Caitlin Clark. She's not just a rookie, she's the WNBA's biggest ticket. The reason ESPN's ratings are climbing, the reason arenas are filling, the reason the average sports fan even knows the league exists. But if she keeps getting hacked, shoved, and blindsided every night while the league looks the other way, don't be surprised if she starts looking across the Atlantic. Europe would welcome her with open arms, respect her game, and build teams around her. The WNBA, right now it's using her as a crash test dummy for cheap shot artists and clout chasers. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's the lifeline, and if the league can't or won't protect her, it might as well start writing its own obituary. So here we are at a crossroads. A league that was on the verge of breaking through is now breaking apart, one viral scuffle at a time. DJ Carrington isn't the only problem, she's just the symptom. The real issue is the vacuum of leadership at the top, the unwillingness to act, the cowardice of silence, the fear of disciplining stars.
Out of here, bro. Get her out of here, man. Get her out of here. Why is she even up there? Get her out of here. Dijonai Carrington, you have done enough. WNBA, are you going to step in You remember the last time I said, since the refs won't handle her doing all these flagrants, somebody gonna have to step up and fight.
If the WNBA wants to survive this drama spiral, it needs to act fast. Real suspensions, real penalties, real leadership, because you don't grow the game by turning every handshake into a headline. You grow the game by playing it like it matters. Right now, too many players are chasing chaos instead of championships. And Cathy Engelbert, she's got one last shot to prove she's not just a figurehead. Because if this continues, Caitlin Clark won't be the only one walking away, and the WNBA won't survive another mass exodus. Not in this economy, not in this media climate, not in this moment. If you think this chaos needs to stop before the WNBA collapses under its own drama, hit that like button, subscribe for more unfiltered breakdowns, and drop your take in the comments. Should DJ Carrington be suspended, or is the league just too soft to handle its own stars? Let's talk about it.